Okay, so Mom Helen Zille has refused to back down after getting a serious legal threat letter from the mighty ANC. In this video, I'm going to show you what that's all about. And if you stick with me all the way till my biblical reaction, you'll get to see where we are in Joburg, but then in South Africa, because you know South Africa will prosper. You ready? Press like and let's go. So let's start about 3 weeks ago when Mom Helen Zille went on holiday at the dam.
So it's a really lekker summer day in Joburg. I thought I'd take some time off and relax at the dam. Not. This is Linbro Park, where millions of litres of water have been gushing out of this pipe for a whole week. And this is fresh, clean drinking water being wasted, running down the street and creating this lake over here, which is really deep. I'm just sitting here at the edge of it. Now, you will know that Rand Water is throttling Joburg Water to make sure that you use less water when you haven't even got water in your pipes. This is because Joburg Water says that the average user in Joburg uses double the amount of the international average of water per day. I don't believe that for a minute. This is the reason that the water consumption is so high. This is the reason we're losing millions of litres to waste and to leaks and to bad infrastructure. And before anybody says that Joburg residents must cut their consumption, could Joburg Water just fix the infrastructure?
But the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, didn't like this little holiday that Mom Zille took.
Here we have seen a pipe burst that happened for almost overnight, which is what we may call water wastage, clean water. And we've seen the leader of another political party defining this as incompetence of the city. Yes, where there is incompetence, it must be found and exposed, but equally, we must not distort things. We now know that these water pipes and the burst is as a result of a massive strike going on in the city, particularly among municipal workers who are responsible for maintenance of water drainage and all of that. It's as a result of that. And the city, when we called the mayor, assured us that this matter is being attended to. But equally, what we would like to communicate is that as the residents of Johannesburg, the city has got at all material times to inform its citizens about if there is a strike that affects service delivery, if there are challenges that face citizens, non-collection of rubbish bins and all of that because of strike. The responsibility of a city as big as Johannesburg is to inform its citizens so that we don't have political opportunists who, because there is an election coming, they want to find fault in everything and blame it on service delivery. When it's not a challenge of service delivery, but it is a challenge of workers stopping to work because of disagreements around the question of wages and so on, which is what has actually happened here. So we say communicate better with the citizens, be available to the citizens, and where there is incompetence, indeed it must be exposed. We are for that as the African National Congress. We got worried about these water pipes bursting all over the city, and because indeed that was water wastage and water that is so scarce that we need as the citizens of Johannesburg. Thank you very much.
So of course Mom Helen is ruffling feathers like crazy because she's the front runner for the city of Joburg. And 2 weeks ago, Mr. Herman, I will never ever work with the ANC, Mashaba, also entered the race because Action SA had to field a big gun to go against Mom Helen Zille. What bigger gun than I will never ever work with the ANC, Mashaba?
How much does the entry of Helen Zille into this race complicate things for you?
Makes it easy, actually. Very, very easy, because I'm dealing with someone who, when she looks at me, she doesn't see a 66-year man, she sees a boy, which is an advantage for me because I know I was never a boy before to anyone. So when she engages with me, she engages with me on the basis of superiority.
When did you find that?
Self.
When did you find that out?
When after I joined the DA, because when I got fed up with the ANC and
but you went in the DA for 1 day.
For 3 years.
And in all that time, that's how you would characterize.
I discovered.
Hold on. For that entire 3 years, is that how you would characterize your relationship?
Yes, absolutely. Well, it builds over time because it took me time to know the person, and I had confidence with Musi and so forth. I thought these are the South Africans that can help to unseat the ANC, only to really discover no. This animal is not really what I thought. And decided, you know what? I'm not a boy, and I'm a grown-up man.
I'm a grown-ass man, dog. So Mom Helen Zille must have been listening to this about 2 weeks ago, because instead of responding, she just did this a week later.
I was not expelled from Action SA. I resigned this morning as a councillor. I do not want to continue lying to the residents of Dobsonville that they must vote Action SA and later regret it. I know that the residents of Dobsonville and Soweto at large, and the country at large, with the next local government elections, if you vote the Democratic Alliance, you'll be voting for progress. Abantu bafuna service delivery.
People want service delivery.
Abantu bafuna imisebenzi.
People want jobs.
Abantu bafuna amanzi nogesi.
People want water and electricity.
Where will the Action SA take all of that? They do not have power even in parliament. We are lying to you. The lies must come to an end. Viva Democratic Alliance! Viva!
Now, Helen Zille, the party's mayoral candidate in Johannesburg, has welcomed a number of other alleged Action SA members to the Blue Party. She says that this shows that the Blue Party remains the right one for anyone who wants to find themselves in government in the city of Johannesburg. She says that she is now ready for her election campaign in the city of Johannesburg, and says there are many more Action SA members who are set to leave the party to join the Blue Party.
These are councillors and branch chairs and branch members of Action SA, primarily from Soweto, but not only from Soweto, who have thought very hard and very long about their future, but most importantly, the future of their city. And they know, having tried the alternatives, that there's only one party that can lead Joburg to success for everyone and a better life for everyone, and that party is the Blue Party. Yes. We love every South African, we love Joburg, and we want this city to work for all her people.
Now, while all of this is going on, Panyaza Lesufi decided, I like Helen Zille. I need to give her a gift. I want her as mayor of Johannesburg. Listen.
People think that if there is no water, ourselves, our families, we've got special water. We don't. We also go through, in some instances, I had to go to a certain hotel so that I have to go to my commitments. We also go through the same inconveniences like any other person. There's no special water or a special pipe that is designed to service other people and not service other people.
Guys, we all go through the same thing. All of us, when we are out of water, we can just go to the nearest 5-star hotel and take a shower and go to work. So don't act like the water thing is a big deal. We can just go to a hotel. After all, we all afford it. And so a few days ago, the DA went out to unveil a new billboard.
Enough is enough. It's taking a bit of time because we don't want it to drop on the road by the Rixatsel underneath. Asina luvalo. It looks like that Jacob Zuma has handed over the shower. Has taken the shower, has handed it over to Premier Panyaza Lesufi.
And so about a day ago, the ANC sent a legal letter to the DA saying, pull that billboard down within a couple of hours or else we are gonna sue you. And Mum Helen Zille's response was,
go ahead, make my day.
hear for yourself.
The ANC showers in hotels. You have no water. Vote DA to put water in your taps. That's a message on a brand new Democratic Alliance billboard in Pretoria. And it shows, of course, the Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi in a shower. And no, fear not, he's fully dressed. And of course, it's got the ANC furious. The party claims it has sent lawyers letters demanding that the DA take down that billboard along with all social media and online posts or face urgent action within hours. Have you received that lawyer's letter the ANC says it wants to send?
No, it has sent it, and we have received it. Yes, thank you.
What are they demanding?
Well, they're demanding that we take down that billboard within 12 hours. And the reason they're demanding that we remove the billboard is because it apparently tarnishes the Premier's image.
How so?
Well, they think that we make him look worse than he actually is. But our response is to say to him, you've done all the work of tarnishing your image. You need no help from us.
Because as you heard in the clip there, those were his own words, were they not?
Yes, absolutely they were. And what we're trying to reflect is how out of touch the ANC leadership is with voters. It is completely out of touch. That's why when I was in a tavern in Soweto and leaders came up on the screen of the television in suites, drinking Hennessy brandy or whatever it is they drink, and all dolled up, there was a big booing from the crowd in the tavern. And that again reflects how distant the ANC leadership has become from the voters.
Obviously, you're not pulling that poster. It's going to stay there.
It's absolutely going to stay there. We've written back to them and said, I'm terribly sorry, but that poster's going nowhere.
So there you go. If you're watching this video just as it comes out, that is round about the time that the 12 hours has recently expired. My biblical reaction. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. One of the things that happens in the world is when someone is in power or some situation subsists or it really has an influence, it's very hard for our minds to imagine what life will be like without it. This is what we've been going through with the ANC. They've been going through it too, because they lost the national vote in 2024, but they've been struggling to process that they are no longer in power. They have cheated, they have lied, they have acted like scoundrels, they have taken 71% of power when they're only at 40% of the vote, just like a cheap crook would do it. They have acted like they're completely in power, so they're struggling with it. But even us as South Africans, it's sometimes hard to imagine a post-ANC South Africa. So Mam Helen Zille was the first to come out to go after Johannesburg, and it's the most important city in Africa. So she went out first, and she's been hitting the road every day to try and get as much of a vote of Johannesburg as possible. And she's also the second most popular politician in the country after Ramaphosa. So we'll see how the DA performs in 2026 in Joburg. But if she manages to take the mayorship of Joburg, that has a ripple effect, because as in Joburg, so in the rest of the country. So there's a real political shift in the country to move away from ANC power, and ANC is dropping in Johannesburg. They have not even fielded a candidate yet. So we have Kenny Gunene, Herman Mashaba, Helen Zille going after Joburg right now. And Helen Zille's campaign is extremely strong in Gauteng right now. So we'll see though what the numbers say at the end of it. But here's one exciting thing. There's a real change of guard in South Africa. Who ever thought that there would come a day that I'm saying, I think Helen Zille might have the largest vote in Johannesburg. Man, how things change. But he changes times and seasons, removes kings and raises up kings. Sometimes when kings are in power, it looks like they'll be there forever. But no, kings are shiftable and replaceable. And right now we are watching the replacement of the ANC with a brand new regime we have never experienced before in South Africa. And I think that's exciting. Let me hear your comments below. What do you think Mam Zille will get in the upcoming local government elections? But for now, no man can serve two masters, because either he'll love the one and hate the other, or he'll despise the one and honor the other. You cannot serve God and Karl Marx. So let's make history together. Cheers.